All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome to Don's Modeling Desk, and we're going to continue working on the demon fish thing. As you can see, I was kind of rethinking my color choices. I didn't like the light brown, so I went with the darker brown. Got to do the rest of it. I was just kind of sitting here playing with it. Let's see who all's in the chat. We got Don. Welcome, Don, and Jody. What's up, Jody? Don says I played it by flag. Jody said, chop, chop, chop. I don't see any flag. What's going on, guys? Fighting over who was first? But yeah, I'm just going to continue on doing the. I'm using Redstone Shadow. I think that's going to work out better than the light that I had on there. And then I'm going to put a wash over this to darken it up a little bit, maybe. We'll see. But hopefully this will look better than what it did, because I just didn't like how it was looking. Don said, "You usurping me?" Talking to Jody. But yeah, I just didn't like the way that light brown looked. It just didn't look right to me. I'll go in and highlight it with some lighter brown, but I think it's going to look better with this darker brown. To me, anyway. That's something else I like about this airbrush. It puts the paint right where you want it. Even this one, I've got a 0.3 nozzle in it, and it still puts the paint just right where you want it. Unless my aim is off, which does happen. What's going on, Steven? Glad you could make it, man. Don said, Jody said he's usurping you, Don, soon as the rest of his army arrives. Yeah, I think I like that a lot better than the light brown. Rinse out my airbrush. And then I'll get some wash on the rest of that. There's my cleaning pot. Yeah, Todd was talking about that in, I think, Jordan's stream one time. It seems like people that show up later get a big boost in their points or whatever it's using. So maybe Steven got a big boost in his comments because he showed up after you and Jody. That's how I ended up being first on one of Jordan's streams because I was late getting to the stream. And I made like 4 comments and then I was first. And then Dash cheated by throwing money. Did the same thing on Buck's stream too. No, it wasn't. It was Todd. Todd threw money on Jordan's stream to get to number 1. And then Howard did it on Buck's stream. We've been short shifting some lately, and I don't have a lot of money right now to throw around. So I just got to count on what my chats can get me. Steven said he didn't mean to bump you out of the lead, Don. But like Don said, it's just all in fun anyway. So it's just YouTube trying to get more engagement. More engagement means more money for YouTube. I mean, I guess if your channel's monetized, it's more money for you too, but I'm sure YouTube's not worried about that. They're just worried about the part of the money that they get. And the more the advertisers are willing to pay, the more money that YouTube gets. And then YouTube gives you a tiny little piece of that. I think YouTube keeps what, 30%, something like that. Yeah, all about the coinages. That's right. Money makes the world go round. Okay, let me see what wash I want to try on here. Agrax Earthshade. That probably worked pretty good. Don't want no oil. That's black. You could go with sepia, but I think that would be too light. Put some Agrax Earthshade on here and see what that looks like. Tell you what, I'll start on the bottom. If it don't look good, I won't put it on the top. I need a good wash brush. This one ought to work pretty good. Or this one. This one might be even better. So what are y'all guys doing tonight? Y'all working on anything or just hanging out? Let's go back and dry brush my highlights back on. I don't know if I'm gonna like this wash or not. I might just go around and paint it all the dark brown. Hmm. I don't know. I may just be repainting the whole freaking thing. I don't really like the way that wash looks. Just hanging out before bedtime. Where where do you live at, Steven? What's going on, Buck? And I don't know what's going on in Sam's Hill, but I'm painting here. Yeah, I do not like the way that wash turned out. Let's see here. Let's do a little mixy mixy. This is always interesting because when I mix colors, everybody else says I end up with a different color than it looks like to me. So, oh, is Buck number one now? I'm falling and I can't get up. I think Todd's right. I think it awards bonus points to people that come in later to get them into the game or whatever. That way, people that join in later won't think, well, I can't ever get in that. I lost my pipette. I'll just get a new one. My rain was short at the bottom, but I am trying. Buck's going to go one more at a time until he gets number one. Oh, Jody's number one now. To climb the leaderboard. Oh, now Don's gonna go leather in time. Oh wow. Well, if nothing else, by the end of the stream, I should have more comments on this stream than I've ever had on any other stream. One word at a time. I'm still the last. That is cheating. So let's see how this little concoction I mixed up looks. I'm just basically going to repaint most of it because I do not like how it turned out. Oh, I like that. Dark brownish red. Or rusty brown or whatever you want to call it. I like it. It looks much better. Then I can highlight it up from there. Oh shit. No one let what? No one letter at time is cheating. And Don said, Dear God, I agree. Low with two O's. Starting to look like Morse code. And then Buck puts Morse code in. You missed SOS by one dash, Buck. One dash, and you would have had it. Because this is an SOS dash 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 dot. I believe it is. I could be wrong though. I just took that original mix that I had, that dark brown, and added some red to it. He knows he did. He missed it on purpose. Sure you did, Buck. Sure you did. I think you done goofied. Dark brown? The guy from Back to the Future? No, Einstein's not here. And here I am being quiet again because I'm concentrating. Copernicus might be. Maybe. Maybe. Just trying to get the paint to dry a little bit so I can lay it down. There we go. I like that a lot better. A lot better. Oh, I'm off camera. Sorry. I'm not a good videographer. And I keep looking up at the comments. I'll blame you guys. It's your guys' fault I get off camera. I'm looking to see what you said. Let's see here. I don't know what I'm gonna build next, Don. I haven't decided yet. Not on this stream anyway. What's going on, Todd? Yes, Andrew, it's got me by the hand. What's going on, Andrew? There goes the neighborhood. What's going on, Shark? Yes, Buck, we have a chat. You didn't know that? It depends, Don. Sometimes you talk quite a bit, and sometimes you don't. Trying to get a good base coat of this red brown, and then I can start highlighting over it. That looks so much better than it did. I did not like those colors. I don't know what I was doing last week. I think I'm almost out of paint. Into airbrush. No, I'm not almost out. I am out. Just a tad more. What kind of it's hang on. I'll be right back. Let me go get the book and I'll show you what it is. I showed everyone else last week. It's for a D&D campaign that I'm running. It's a creature that the party's going to run into in Avernus, the first layer of the Nine Hells, and it looks like that. I need to reverse the screen. This is backward stuff is killing me. Hang on. Bam. Camera. There we go. Now it's right. There. Although it's probably backwards for y'all now, but that's what it looks like. Oh, Don's going to produce for you tomorrow, Buck? Now off the radar. The paint in the airbrush was fixing. Yes, it was fixing to be all gone. I did for a moment. The creature, my ex-wife? That's not nice, Buck. Maybe true, but it's not nice. You know, Buck, if Don's producing for you tomorrow night, you could produce for me, huh? I think that should be good enough. Let's get some dry brushing going on. Light coating on there. I like those colors on the little fins, though. Just kind of blend them in. There we go. Tie it in with the rest of the brown, but not too much. I like the oranges on those little fins. There we go. No, you don't have to put any shirt or pants or nothing on, bud. Just a mic. You just clip it on your chest hair or something, or hold it. Wonder where Ken is tonight. Ken's usually on here. Maybe he's busy or something. Tom says, "Oh no, I suddenly have a visual that I can't unsee." Yeah, Buck's good at giving you those kind of visuals. Yeah, Ricardo, I did 3D print it. There's a guy on Thingiverse that 3D modeled and made STL files for all the main creatures in that campaign. The creatures and the the main bad guys you run into and all that. And it's all free. I mean, you can't beat that. Oh, okay. His dad's coming into town. Nice. Well, I don't blame you, man. You know, if I had family coming into town, I'd want to visit too. Hang out with us bunch of losers when you got family in town. Ah, so Buck needed one of the bench warmers to sit in. Yeah, I didn't get a bench warmer. I didn't realize Kim was going to be gone. I must have missed that in Discord. That's okay. I got this, I think. Maybe. Maybe it's got me. I don't know. I'm not really sure. But something's got something anyway. Oh, he said it yesterday on Discord, Steven? Yeah, I must have missed it. I'm going to get Starfleet Model Academy. I've seen some of their videos. Oh, that would be cool on the Friday stream. That would be nice. Is he a member of HTM? I don't remember seeing him in HTM. All right. Let's get some dry brushing done. I need to clean this little cap first. Yeah, that paper towel's about had it. Let's get a new one. Paint all over me. I got more paint on me than I do on the paper towel. That's normal. Said in the show. Oh, in the Sunday stream. That's right. I haven't got to see the Sunday stream yet. When I get time, I usually listen to the Sunday streams some point during the week. Uh, at work while I'm working. Listen to it. I didn't get time to listen to it today. All right. I'll get my palette out. Oh, that palette paper's full. Let's change that out. I love this wet palette. Even though it's just a 3D printed wet palette and 3D printed lid, it still seals good enough that it stays pretty wet in there for a week or so. If you could just 3D print paint, right? If I could just 3D print paint, then I wouldn't even have to buy paint. That would be sweet. Now, let me look at this picture again. And there it is. Lots of red and black. They got 9 people watching. That's not bad. Everybody run out of stuff to talk about in the comments. Need a darker red. How about this? Jody says he's listening and masking. On the 7D, I love how that ship's turning out, man. It looks so cool. And yet he stays in first place. Don says he's hanging back waiting to strike. Well, you know, if Jody stops talking and everybody else stops talking too, the points aren't changing, right? Heavy lies the head that wears the crown. See how good this works over the dark brown. Not bad. Not bad at all. The only bad thing about dry brushing, though, even though this was resin printed, it brings out the tiny, tiny little print lines. But that's okay. We can make it work. And light is the head of the clown. Don says, "Who's with me? Let's get him." Steven says, "Thumbs up, everyone, please." Thank you, Steven. And Don says, "And he's probably eating some of Mary's cookies and laughing." Jody wouldn't do that. He wouldn't laugh at us because we don't have cookies. Or would he? Yeah, you're right. He probably would. Jody says, "I would not." You still haven't emailed us any cookies, Jody. Why haven't you emailed us any cookies yet, Jody? Tom said, "Really? Because I would." And Steven said, "Yes, you would, Jody." And Jody said, "Heavy is the hand that holds the cookies." And Tom said, "No, we get to wait till Wonderfest for cookies." Ah, that looks so much better. I think so anyway. I just wasn't digging the way it looked before. It's just too light. I didn't like the way it looked. But this looks quite a bit better. Missed a little right there. There we go. I gotta get this over here on this elbow, I guess. Elbow, knee. Who's he? What's it? I don't know. That looks a lot better than it did. Don says Buck must have left to put on clothes. Either that or he's studying his Morse code prior to his return. Buck said, nope. Went to take the last of them off. Buck naked modeling. Don said, oh, God, no. Oh, does he not model anymore, Buck? Yeah. Buck said, I missed his videos. I assume that means he doesn't model anymore. And Howard says, what turd stain we painting still looks like something found in Ian's toilet. Maybe. What's going on, Howard? Hasn't been on YouTube in 5 years or so, and his channel was hijacked at one point. That's not good. Had some serious health issues a while back. Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of good YouTubers have quit because of health issues. I guess modeling YouTubers. I guess we're just all getting old. We're just all getting old. Howard says he's playing with Snoopy. And Buck said something showed up in the mail today. He'll show it tomorrow. And thank you. Don says, is that what you call it? Howard says, it's the lacquer that makes your eyes go blacker till you're dead in the coffin. And Buck says, the scary part is he's the same age as I am, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember Howard says paint, fumes, tester's glue, CA glue, plastic dust, maybe some other things, maybe some stress, looking at the amount of money that you spent. All of the above. All of the above. Did I do that on the other side? I did. A little more. Yeah, I'm liking that. Let me get that side. Let me get this side a little more. With the bright red on the edges. There we go. Saber saw. What kind of wood were you cutting? Trees or? Were you cutting down trees, or you just have some boards or something that you needed to cut? I'll have to touch that a little bit up, but that's okay. I'm liking that. And I need some black. Actually, I'm going to go in and do some light brown highlighting first. Some of the black goes over the light brown. So let's do that. Let's do some light brown highlights. It's a little X-Acto style stalwart. Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about. And Don says, Howard does have a bodacious set of tools. Yes, he does. He's got tools for every kind of modeling there is. Still trying to get ready to tie lines, hopefully, this week. On the Canon, or Canons. think I'm almost out of this color. Well, it's just incredibly stocked up one. Now it works. It was just stocked up. Howard says, I do have a chainsaw and a log cutting bandsaw, which I want to sell at Baidu bottle. And he said he posted on Lumberyard what he was using. And Buck said, I got something bodacious you can look at. Buck, you ain't right. And then Don said, yep, the cannon still need to dip the brass to blacken it. That might be the stalling point. Don says, I'm king again. And Howard says, cut some huge timbers for 1/16 scale people. Buck said, why is you king again, Don? And Howard says, no, Buck. And Buck says, I'm never right. And Howard says, I'll catch up. I think when Dash said no, he was referring to Buck's comment about something bodacious Don could see. And where'd I put my little, there's my little stir spoon. Steven said, way to go, Don. You regained your throne. I need a couple more drops of water in there. That should be plenty. Remember Keith and Buck tomorrow. Yep, both of them streaming tomorrow night. Let's turn the air pressure down a little. There we go. Everybody's talking again. Buck said, over there. Remember Keith and then Buck tomorrow. Yep. And Buck said, regained his throne. The porcelain one? And Don says, look at the grouse. And then Jody says, Donnie, I sent you something. I hope it works. You didn't have to send me nothing, Jody. And then Don said, Ian's throne is porcelain. 'Tis his favorite. It is. It is. No, man, Jody, you didn't have to send me nothing. I just sent you those resistors because I knew you didn't have any and you needed some and you really didn't have the money to get any. So I was just helping you out, man. Because resistors, when you really start getting into lighting, is something you need. It really is. Because without resistors, it's hard to get your lights running on the voltage you need them to run on. Whatever you've got your model set up to run it. Clean the needle here. There we go. Oh yeah, much better. I should have thinned that paint just a hair more. Let's see what's everybody saying. Check my email. Okay, I'll do that in just a minute, Jody. See, Jody, you didn't have to send us cookies. Oh, see, Jody, you didn't send us cookies, so we overthrew you. Howard says, I don't think I need to get some Titebond, Type Bond, but not Titebond 3 for these wood bottles. I don't think it's going in the water. Okay. And Don said, cookies for everyone. Buck said, Ian's throne used to be porcelain, but it didn't hold up. Now he has cast iron. And Howard said, Jody needs to show off the wood saucer on stream. The wood saucer? Don said, that would be cool. Stephen said, night, guys. See you tomorrow. Stay safe, everyone. Night, Stephen. Have a good one. And Jody said, I will next time I go on, Howard. Howard said, cast iron doesn't hold up as well as porcelain when it comes to the chemicals that Ian poops out. Don said, damn, overthrown. No cookies for everyone. I'm broke. And Buck said, Titebond. Everyone looks a Titebond. Wow. Oh, and it's TL. Let's see what this is. Ah, ah, ah. Okay, that's a good one, Jody. Uh, we're all messing with Jody about send us chocolate chip cookies in the email. Let me figure out what button I need to click here. So, can I not share from that? Here we go. So, Jody sent me this. It's the STL for a chocolate chip cookie. At least that's what it looks like to me. Oh, thank you, Jody. That was good. That was good. Wow. I like that. That was hilarious. Was not expecting that. That was good. Thank you, Jody. Leave it to Jody to figure out a way to email a cookie. That was great. That was great. Hey, now I can print cookies. Hey, Buck, you want me to put a cookie in with your model kit when I send it? Oh. Buck said, yes. Yeah, Don has a printer. That was just too good. Oh, I was looking at it for a second, like, what is this? Is this an asteroid or something? And then I got to look at it, I'm like, oh, no, he didn't. He did. He made an STL for a chocolate chip cookie. Oh, that's great. That's great. It did look like it had chips. That was great. But I wasn't thinking about chocolate chip cookies when you said you sent something. I was just looking to see what you sent, and I'm like, what is this? An asteroid? No, wait, that's a chocolate chip cookie. That was awesome. That was awesome. Mm. Oh, they have to paint them. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They'll need a little paint. Get some food grade paint. Don says, I do, but I need to get it running again. Been sitting too long. You didn't leave resin sitting in it, did you, Don? I've seen people online, and keep in mind it's just what people online say, but I've seen people online say that they left their printer sitting for months and then went back with resin in the vat and just went back and stirred the resin in the vat and started printing. I don't know. I've barely even had mine for months, so I've had it since March, I believe. Yes. So not even 6 months yet. But I love it. Oh, oh, now Jody's discording cookies. Ah, I don't know what made you think of that, Jody, but that was great. Let's see. Jody said he put the file on Discord. Yeah, I saw that pop up. And Don says no, he didn't leave no resin in it, but the FEP needs changed. What printer do you have? You got to get one of those. Well, you don't print that much, but one of those Hoopat uh, vats from Chidu Systems. And Howard says, like re-ringing old prostitute. You stick a ham in there and pull out the bone. Oh my God. Like the difference. Jesus, Howard. And Buck says, never leave your printer with raisins in the vat. And Howard says, these cookies taste a little flat, man. Less filling than Soylent Green wafers. Saturn 2. I don't know if they make one for the Saturn 2 or not, the Hoopat. But I mean, if you don't print enough to have to change your vat that often, then it's not really worth it. But I've had to change mine twice so far. And that Hoopat vat just looks so much easier to change. Okay, I'm gonna put a blending coat over this brown, and then I think I'm gonna call it a night for tonight. Where's my original brown? Need a little of this. Thin it down. I'm gonna put this back in the bottle because I didn't mix any other color with it. Your FEP is pretty cloudy. Your Fett is pretty cloudy. Boba Fett, maybe. A few drops of that. And some water. Spoon to stir with. Little more water. No, that might be about right. I just want to make a blending coat. Cloudy with a chance of fat balls. Fat balls. Buck is on his joke game tonight. Nothing worse than a bad print on a resin printer. Yeah, if the FEP goes, that's a heck of a mess right there. I've had a few prints fail, but I've been lucky so far. And not had one take the FEP with it. The only time my FEP tore was my fault. Because I didn't realize there was plastic on both sides of the FEP. And I was peeling the plastic off and trying to use the plastic for the FEP. But oh well. Either on my joke game or off my meds. Don said maybe both. And then Buck said, or both. I think I still have this paint a little too thick. But that's okay. We'll make it work. Yeah, I'm liking that. Maybe a little more blending. Let's see here. Don says that Saturn 4 is really nice. Yes, it is. I love the Tilton vat. I mean, if the FEP goes out, it's more of a chance to get resin all down inside the printer, but man, that thing prints fast. And then Howard said, damn, Jody bumped Don to third and Buck jumped into second. Don said, if I printed more, I'd think about buying one. And Buck says, in the immortal words of Don, RTFM. Read the fucking manual. Must have been the flat cookies. And then Don said, see, YouTube hates me. And Buck said, we won't hold it against you, Don. Howard said, mine's still in the box. Had it for 2 years now. Of course, thought I'd have a working building too by now. It's a long freaking project. I might get the Victor done before my building at this rate. And then Don said, yep, I know the feeling, Howard. And I do too. Stuff don't ever work out the way you want it to. Don't for me, anyway. Oh, there we go. Now it's spraying perfect. Perfect right there. I like that. That looks good. And now all I got to do is get his nails painted and these back here, and then get the black details painted on, and then start painting here. And I'll work on all that next week. But I think I'm gonna call it here, guys. It's 9:30. Yes, Don. Spraying more gooder. Howard says, course, if next might change the whole thing when my girlfriend might show up, then I might not be seeing it ever. I might be like Dave. Dash isn't here. Where is he? His girlfriend took a hold. Kenneth, evening, Donnie. I'm stuck doing 10 hours this week. I know how you feel, Kenneth. I've been there. Next week, painting shit with Donnie. Yeah, kind of, yeah. Howard said, that's what the space nerds say. More gooder. Good stream. Had fun tonight, guys. Thanks, Don. Yeah, I'm going to call it here. I got to get to bed so I can get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and go to work. Yay! Right? Yay? No. But anyway, thanks for stopping by, everyone. Just remember, tomorrow night will be at 6 my time, 7 Eastern. Will be Keith streaming his Chronos 1 build. Right after that will be Buck working on his prison wagon. And then, of course, Wednesday night will be the Woody Wednesdays. And I don't know if Jody's gonna be streaming after, or is he stream after Jody on Thursday? I can't remember. Which one do you do, Jody? Um, but then Thursday is Jordan, probably StreamYard's working on Slave One, and then yeah, double feature night, popcorn and soda pop. You're looking up to me as a role model. I'm sorry, Kenneth. Great fun, Donnie. See you guys in the next stream. Thank you, Ricardo. But yeah, I would say Jody's going to be doing StreamYards Thursday night with the Slave One Lego, and then of course the regular Friday night stream, and then Saturday night will be Andrew, probably working on the big enterprise, and then Sunday afternoon, 3 Eastern, 4 Central. I mean 3 Central, 4 Eastern. Is the Sunday stream. And then, of course, back to this stream again next week. But I appreciate everybody stopping by. Like and subscribe if you want. Uh, have a good one, everyone. And see you tomorrow night at Keith and Buck's stream. So have a good one, everyone. I'm out of here. Thanks, all.